da kowa. Duk matakin ka'ida karamar hukuma ta bi na kafa babban kwamiti karkashin hakimi, an zauna da dagatai da masu gonaki, an baiwa kowa katin shaidar haki, wanda kuma bai karba ba ya gaggauta karban nasa domin biyan diya. Mun samu wannan sanarwar ce daga majalisar karamar hukumar Madobi.
Freedom pop. Freedom, 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 freedom.
Freedom Radio.
Freedom Global News.
The government commences investigation into cause of collapse of national grid. Gunmen abduct wife and daughter of Plateau State Commissioner. New personnel of National Bureau and Law Enforcement Agency lament as agency delays 7 months salary. On the foreign scene, Saudi Arabia orchestrates 1 million for 2022 Hajj. Details in a moment. Hello listeners, good evening and welcome to Freedom Global News. Today being Saturday evening, 9th day of April 2022, which is equivalent to 8th day of Ramadan, 1443 after the Hijrah. My name is Muazu Muazu with the details. The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, says it will begin the payment of 65 forex riba to exporters who sold their goods through the importers and exporters window at the end of the first quarter. Godwin Emefiele, CBN governor, made this known after signing the term sheet between the Infrastructure Corporation of Nigeria, Infraco, and the independent asset managers on Friday in Lagos. CBN in February said exporters would enjoy a rebate of 65 for every dollar of non-oil export proceed to sell third parties at the end EU window. This was during the announcement of policies and plans tag RT200 export program to enable Nigeria and $200 billion in foreign exchange repatriation for non-oil exports. The CBN governor also expressed the bank's determination to ensure the success of the initiative, adding that the kind of numbers that the Apex Bank got from the banks showed the policy was working very well. The national electricity grid suffered a collapse system on Friday, the third incident in less than 1 month. The grid had collapsed on March 14, 10:40 a.m., leading to power outage across the country. Barely 48 hours later, the grid collapsed again on March 15, resulting in blackout in communities across the states. Confirmed the latest development in statement on Friday, Abdulaziz Abdullahi, head of corporate communication, Kaduna Electric, said the grid collapsed at 6:29 p.m. The Abuja Electricity Distribution Company, EDCO, also confirmed the development and message to its customers on Friday. Meanwhile, the federal government says it has commenced investigation into the cause of the collapse of the national grid. The Minister of Power, Abubakar Aliyu, in a statement said efforts were in place to tackle the problem. He added that the Nigerian Electricity Regulation Commission, the operator of the national grid, in the process of restoring the power supply. Gunmen have abducted the wife and daughter of Mr. Usman Bamayi, the Commissioner for Environment in Plateau State. Reports say the victims were abducted in the early hours of today at the Commissioner residence in Gindiri, Mangu local government area of the state. An eyewitness says the Gindiri regional area was under siege. ASP Uba Ogaba, the public relations officer of the command in the state, confirmed the incident, adding that men of the command were already in the trail of vectors towards rescuing the Jew. The Nigerian Labour Congress on Friday protested the avenue of the meeting of the Nigerian Governors Forum and Speakers of the State House Assembly. The meeting, which held in Abuja, focused on national issues including insecurity. Members of the NLC gathered at the entrance of the first suite of the venue of the meeting with banners and placards containing different inscriptions. Ayuba Wabba, the NLC president, said the protest was to demand for the implementation of autonomy for local government and state judiciary. Wabba added that the adoption of autonomy for local government and the state judiciary will be in the interest of promoting democracy. It will be recalled that the National Assembly had on March 1 passed the bill granting financial autonomy for local governments in Nigeria. The global news is coming to you from the News and Current Affairs Division of Freedom Radio 99.5 FM. You can listen to us live on TuneIn or pass your comments and opinions on our social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube at Freedom Radio Nigeria. You can also get the link to both sides on our website on freedomradioenergy.com or call us through the following number: 08092200885. Welcome back, and now the Freedom Global News continues. Some new personnel of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency have said they have not been paid their salaries and allowance since they joined the agency 7 months ago. They said after assurance by the agency that the delayed payment, which was caused by the Integrated Personnel Payroll Information System, would be rectified before the end of February, they had yet to begin the theme since January, the agency said. One of the officers who pleaded anonymity said he was tired of the situation, but in a memo signed by the Director of Finance and Accounts, Shutu Abdullahi, and dated April 6, the agency said only 56 new recruited personnel were being voted and adding that the issue would soon be restored. Abdullahi, however, told new recruited personnel to expect salary arrears from July 2021. And now to Sporting Arena. President of the Nigerian Football Federation, NFF, Muazu Muazu, says the federation will be appointing foreign coach in the next 10 days to replace Austin Egagbon as Super Eagles manager. Correspondent Muhammad Thanuba has detail of this and other sports updates.
The Nigeria Football Federation had announced a few days ago that Austin Egagbon stepped down from his role as interim manager of the Super Eagles, following Nigerians to qualify for the 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar later this year. Nigeria failed to qualify for this year's World Cup after losing to the Black Stars of Ghana by away goal in the second leg playoff at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium last month. Meanwhile, President of the Nigeria Football Federation, Muazu Muazu, has revealed he will not be running for the position for a third term due to increased pressure from his family. Pinnick became the first NFF Supremo to serve 2 terms in office after being re-elected in 2018. And with another election just around the corner, the FIFA Council member has revealed that pressure from his family and loved ones have led to his decision to step down. The decision may also be connected to increased pressure from football fans and stakeholders across the country who have clamored for his resignation after the country's failure to pick a ticket for Qatar 2022 World Cup. In another update, the federal government has finally redeemed the house pledge to members of the Super Eagles squad that won the Africa Cup of Nations in 1994. The handing over ceremony was held in Abuja yesterday with Babatunde Rajifashola, Minister of Works and Housing, presenting the certificate of occupancy to the ex-internationals. Members of the AFCON winning squad present include Victor Ekpeba, Austin Egagbon, Peter Rifai, among others. Wilfred Abonavale, Ucho Okafo, Thompson Oriha, and Stephen Keshi are deceased members of the 1994 squad. Similarly, Olympic champions Canada defeated the Super Falcons of Nigeria 2-0 in their friendly game played in the early hours of today. With the victory, Canada recorded their second over win against the Falcons. And on tennis, former tennis star Boris Becker has been found guilty of 4 charges under the Insolvency Act relating to his 2017 bankruptcy. He was declared bankrupt in June 2017 over an unpaid loan of more than 3 million euros on his estate in Mallorca, Spain. Muhammad Sanuba, Freedom Radio.
And many thanks, Muhammad Thanuba, for turning with us to the world of sport. And now to the foreign scene. Saudi Arabia has raised the number of Hajj pilgrims for this year to 1 million from inside and outside the kingdom, says Saudi press agency today. The Saudi Ministry Hajj and Umrah has announced that it has authorized 1 million pilgrims, both foreign and domestic, to perform Hajj this year, 1443 after the Hijrah/2022. The ministry says the kingdom is keen on ensuring the maximum number of Muslims worldwide can perform Hajj and visit the appropriate mosques in safe and spiritual atmosphere. The number of pilgrims coming from specific countries for this year Hajj will be in accordance with the quotas allocated to each country and in consideration of compliance with all health recommendations. Meanwhile, the ministry has clarified this year's Hajj will be conducted according to the following regulations. This year's Hajj is open to those who are under 65 years old and have been received approved COVID-19 vaccination by the Saudi Ministry of Health. Pilgrims coming from outside the kingdom are required to submit negative COVID-19 test results for filming within 72 hours of the time of departure to the kingdom. The ministry also instructed that all pilgrims must follow the health instruction to comply with all precautionary measures to preserve their health and safety while performing these Hajj rites. Listeners, this marked the end of today's Global News. Before I sign out, a quick recap of the major headlines. Federal government commences investigation into the cause of collapse of national grid. Gunmen abduct wife and daughter of Plateau State Commissioner. New personnel of National Drug Law Enforcement Agency NDLEA lament as agency delays 7 months' salary. You've also heard Saudi Arabia orchestrates 1 million for 2022 Hajj. On behalf of the News and Current Affairs Department, the entire production team, my name is Muazu Muazu. Have a wonderful iftar and stay tuned for the Hausa version of the Bulletin Muleka Mugano. Thank you for listening.